Hello, everybody. Listening to the Fairweather Podcast. Your boy 2K Suave. I'm here with Alex Rodriguez. Happy International Women's Day. If you are watching the telecast, you'll see some of the important women that we've followed in life. A-Rod, how's everything going on your end?
Everything is good, man. Another podcast, another day. Happy Women's Day. This one's for y'all, man. We'll try and keep it fun and exciting for everybody.
That sounded so not genuine.
It was genuine, man.
What's wrong with you, bro?
I'm just tired today. I went to the gym really, really hard today.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, if you had to pick your favorite woman artist musically of all time, who is it for you?
Lauryn Hill.
Any genre.
Lauryn Hill.
I knew you was going to say that. It's so basic.
Lauryn Hill or Whitney Houston. Those are my two favorite. Or Selena. Damn. Whitney, Selena, or Lauryn Hill. Those are probably my three for sure.
Alicia Keys is my wife, so
and Alicia Keys too.
No matter what, she takes
my wife too.
She's number one no matter what. From a hip hop perspective, I mean Lauryn Hill is unmatched, bar for bar, but her career, wasn't really didn't live up to the careers of others. So it's kind of really hard to just say, oh yeah, Lauryn Hill. Obviously, when we're just talking about pure talent, obviously she's greater than all of them personally. But Queen Latifah, I'm gonna give her that because she's made her career more than just what she started. I mean, she started off as a hip hop artist. She's now a main TV member on Equalizer, like one of the most watched shows in the United States right now. So big ups to the Queen Latifah. That's my dog. And then Whitney's voice, man, she was just beautiful, man. That was beautiful soul right there. So all right, cool. We have a jam-packed, fun show for y'all today. A lot of stuff is going on and across the board, sports-wise. The last time I was here, my background was Manchester United, and then we played Liverpool this weekend. And
that team's out of Champions League, so
it was not pretty. It was not pretty.
It's not that it wasn't pretty. It looked like nobody wanted to be there.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Me and Sammy were looking at the grades of it, and they gave Messi a high score. But if you watch that game the entire time, like Messi looked like he didn't even want to be there. Like he was abysmal.
Not Messi in Manchester United.
I'm talking about PSG.
I'm talking about Manchester United.
I'm talking about my team got kicked out of Champions League today. So Manchester United just got spanked.
We got our ass handed to us.
Sammy doesn't have to buy a jersey for another week.
Oh, so. No. He's off the chopping block. You do what you do, bro.
Yeah, but PSG today, man, they got fucking thrashed. They didn't get thrashed, but they lost 2-0. One goal shouldn't have even been a goal, but that's my personal opinion. But whatever. Hey, on to the next.
On to whatever. But all right, other sports, football, obviously NFL. We've had the combine now, some impressive performances over the weekend. We've had franchise tag season has officially ended, and there were a total of 6 players that were tagged. There's a lot of rumors of players being cut, players being traded. Calvin Ridley got reinstated finally. Apparently Phillip Rivers wanted to play for the Dolphins last year. A lot of shit's has been going on in the NFL.
I saw that. He contacted the Niners and the Dolphins.
And they're like, well, it's like the Niners were like, look, man, this Brock kid's pretty good. And in Miami, I mean, Tua was not having a bad year. He just couldn't stay healthy. But I wouldn't want to bring an old guy off unless it was Tom Brady. I'm not bringing Phillip Rivers for a couple of weeks. I'm sorry. But let's kick it off in the NFL. Starting off with the franchise tag situation. The biggest one to me, obviously, was going to be Lamar Jackson on a non-exclusive tag. So not only wasn't it the exclusive tag where he'd get $45 million, it's the non-exclusive tag for $32.5 million, which means he's allowed to look elsewhere for another team. But either the Ravens can match that offer, or the team that he goes to have to give up 2 first-round picks in order to make the deal work. So as soon as I personally saw that he was being franchised, and it left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know about you. Like, how did you feel about that situation?
I'm like 50-50 on it, to be honest with you. Like, I know why they franchise tag him, because they want to keep him there. No, that's why you're gonna apply that franchise tag to him.
Yeah, but
And
keep him there for 32 million. That's disrespectful.
it is disrespectful. But if you can work out a deal in the interim, then you can. Here's where it gets kind of like fucked up for me. Okay, from a and I'm taking the Sammy approach to this, because like I don't look at it like that. I look at it like, pay this man his money. If Kyler Murray's making X amount of money and Lamar is getting,
If Daniel Jones is
yeah,
making
even Daniel Jones,
his
and even
money,
like I think they said the contract compared to Kyler Murray's is a 60 mil different what Lamar would get in guaranteed money. That's a slap to the face already to me right there. So that's like whatever. But looking at from this point of view, they tag him that way. We discussed this on like 2 episodes now. Who's his agent? Himself.
that's the problem.
Himself. That
That's
is the
been the
problem.
problem.
That is the problem. And once again, the Ravens aren't stupid. They know he's going to go out there and try and negotiate his contract, knowing that he's his own agent. Didn't go to agent school, doesn't law degree, no nothing like that. So they know something there. And on top of that, if he agrees to a deal with another team, now you can see what he's worth and say, yeah, we're going to take him for that and we'll match it. So that's where I'm kind of going with this. The guy should have got his contract a long time ago. He should have had this taken care of.
As soon as the MVP season happened, get rid of it. They should have taken care of it. Bro, he was a unanimous MVP. They were like 14-2 that year. I would have broke him off right there and then before Deshaun Watson's contract ever was a thing. Because the problem, obviously, was Deshaun Watson. He completely shifted the whole market. But if you pay attention to some of these deals that are happening, he shifted it a little bit. Russell Wilson got his money. But outside of Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, the contracts are starting to look a little bit more normal again. Even though I personally think Daniel Jones is overpaid, it wasn't like $230 million. It's like $32 million a year, and then incentives to get him to $40 million. I'm like, okay, whatever. Derek Carr, like same thing. Like he made pretty much around where market rate is. So and the thing about being a quarterback, like Richard Sherman, for example, he represented himself. He's a cornerback, which is the market rate is the market rate for a cornerback, plus or minus a couple million. For a quarterback, that is a whole nother animal because that is the highest paid player. That's probably the highest paid person in the locker room, more than the coach, more than everybody there besides the GM, the owners, and stuff like that. So he's going to be the CEO of your team. So if I'm Lamar Jackson, and I know at this point he's probably dug in or whatever he's thinking, but as a quarterback and you're trying to make yourself generational wealth, you need to go get Drew Rosenhaus on the phone or somebody. Like this is a different ball game. Like you're in these meetings and they're telling you, Lamar, the last 2 seasons your knee hasn't held up and we haven't been able to finish the season with you on the field. And then he has his rebuttal. Lamar, the style of play that you play is going to get you hurt, and we don't know if we can trust your body moving forward for 5 years at this number. Like that's being told to his face, which is different being told to an agent because the agent is not going to tell him the full thing. He's going to tell him what he wants to hear. So I was hoping it didn't get to this. I was hoping they would have had something resolved already. And it's like more and more, it started to look like, well, I guess he's going elsewhere. But now there's teams that are coming out like, yeah, we're not interested. So,
and one of them is not the Jets, and I'm happy to hear that one of them is not the Jets.
So you tell me, first of all, why do you think I forgot which team was like Carolina, Atlanta, Miami, and somebody else? Washington?
Washington, yes.
Why would they not be interested in somebody like Lamar Jackson?
I'm sure the money that they're going to have to pay him. I'm sure the money that they're going to have to pay him.
If you're trying to win in this league, though, like, come on, man.
I get that, but they don't want to pay him all this money. And I guess the way that they're sitting in the draft, there's quarterbacks they can take that they probably have circled on their board already. So That's that. Here's the thing with me. I would love Lamar to come play for my team, I'm also okay with him not coming to play for my team, because if he comes and plays for our team, I feel like the offense is going to have to change dramatically.
I don't
Like,
think so.
you
I
don't
think
think so?
I think what's his name, was it Greg Roman or whatever? I think he refused to evolve as an offensive play caller. I think Lamar Jackson has proven that he can throw the football. Um, I I think what happened was that he was so focused on playing Lamar to his strengths, running the football a lot more than they should, not getting him the type of offensive weapons for a regular passing offense, like big ass tight ends, big ass receiver, and then some speedsters on the outside. So, and then a revolving door running back. I think Lamar, you can kind of see it aside. I forgot who. What was it? Rashad Bateman. He like pushed back on the owner, talking about like we've drafted receivers over the years and they haven't panned out, and his pushback was that you haven't put us in position to be successful. I think that's a direct shot at the offensive play calling, because Rashad Bateman was a stud in college and he's a good wide receiver, but he's not being able to utilize his talents because the offense that they were running was so predictable and it was trash. I think Lamar Jackson needs to run a regular. I don't think need to change the offense for him, because he's not like a gadget quarterback. He's a fast quarterback, but he can throw the football. We've seen it. I've seen him throw the football in the tight windows. He just happens to be very fast, and I don't think he wants to use his legs forever. But
And I think that's what scares me. It's like that's what I'm used to seeing. So I'm wondering if that's what he's comfortable playing. I want to believe that he's not. But what I'm telling you right now is we have the perfect foundation for a pocket passing quarterback right now, is what we've created. That's what the Jets have created right now. The perfect offense for a pocket passing quarterback. Now, Lamar can do both. Can do both, and I'm okay with having a mobile quarterback. I like that now. That's what's winning ball games now is the mobile quarterback. But the way we are constructed is to have some slob back there that drops back 10, 15 yards and can just throw it downfield. And that wasn't going to happen with Zach Wilson. And my scare is that if Lamar comes in, we got to change all of that up. The receivers will still be there, but they're not going to be getting 20, 30-yard passes. Brees Hall ain't going to be eating as much like he used to.
But why not?
Because of the way that he played before. Like Lamar's
but like I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it, kill teams in every single way possible. In the pocket, out the pocket, with his legs, without his legs.
I've seen it too.
I don't think you have to change the whole thing for him.
I just that's the vibe I get. That is the vibe I get. Okay. It happens all the time. We see it all the time. You get a different type of quarterback that doesn't fit your system and it implodes. And that's just, you got to tailor what you have. That's why Aaron Rodgers we should have got Derek Carr. But Aaron Rodgers is playing this fucking pussy ass game of his that's driving me nuts. Do you want to fucking play for the Packers or do you not? What do you want to do? And I'm saying it like Ryan Clark said it best the other day, and I went back into my fucking fuck the Jets hole, man, because they do this shit.
Damn, already?
Yeah, because they do this all the time to you. They get your hopes up right when we're in free agency and we have the chance to sign a really good player. We throw names. It's like the Knicks. Remember when Kevin Durant and Kyrie and Zion were going to be an option for the Knicks 1 year?
Yeah, but that
didn't happen.
Pipe dreams.
Like right now, we have Derek Carr, we have Aaron Rodgers, we have Lamar Jackson.
All right, let me give you Lamar Jackson's stats in the pocket for his career. 100 in the pocket. He's thrown 101 touchdowns to 38 interceptions, with the quarterback rating of 96.7. He's completing 63% of those passes, 7.4 yards an attempt. And he's gotten. His MVP year, he went bananas. He had 36 touchdowns in the pocket, 113.3% quarterback rating that year, only 6 interceptions. So that the year that he won MVP, he was in the pocket a lot, and then Greg Roman started going this way with him.
That's years back though. Like I said, I have faith in Lamar.
He's obviously gotten better since then, I would say.
I know that. I know he's gotten better than that, but he wasn't really a pocket passer is what I'm trying to get at.
That just showed pocket pass with 36 touchdowns.
Bro, that's MVP season.
But that's still him. Is he not Lamar Jackson still?
He is still Lamar Jackson. I'm just telling you what I see play. What I've been seeing the last couple of
You trying
years
to write my
is
dog
he's
off?
like, I'm not, no. I'm not trying to write him off. I want to believe that he can be that guy for us. But if it takes a hit to everything that we've worked, bro, I've looked at a dog shit team my entire life. And for the first time, they put together some shit that I'm happy to see. A good running back core, good wide receiver core when they're happy. Great O-line, the best DB. And everybody who fucking made fun of me when I made my list of who's going to be the best defensive backs, and I put Sauce on that list, I'm pissed on that I didn't put him higher because I was right. So everything looks good on this team. Everything looks good on this team except the quarterback. That's the thing. That's the thing. And
I
that's the
know damn
piece.
well Lamar Jackson's a better quarterback than Zach Wilson. So if you can't get Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers
I
and
know damn well too.
you do get Lamar Jackson, I wouldn't want you to be like, oh, I hope this doesn't ruin our offense, because he's a hell of a
No,
lot better player than
no,
anybody
I
that we
will
have in the
not be
locker room
like,
right now.
if we get Lamar Jackson, I'm going to bed every night happy as can be. Okay. I'm the only thing that's in the back of my head is, will it be tailored to him? Can he fit into this offense and play? And I believe he can, but sometimes you have to dial back and do other things.
It's all about
That's
offensive
the
play calling. Look at Jalen Hurts. Jalen
we got a
Hurts
good
did
guy.
not look like he could run a regular NFL offense before. Jalen Hurts, through the air last year, was killing everybody through the air. I mean, he's throwing receivers open now. Before, he wasn't even able to do that, and that's because the offensive play calling was catered towards his skill set. Yeah, he still ran the ball when he wanted to, but Miles Sanders had a 1,000-yard season. Devontae Smith had a 1,000-yard season. AJ Brown 1,000-yard season. So obviously
And
something worked.
I'm not trying to get all like poo-poo and things like that. I'm just thinking out loud as a
I
Jets
got you.
fan,
I mean, I
because
got you. I got
I
you.
know we're talking about this and then nothing's gonna happen and we're gonna sign fucking, I don't know,
Gardner Minshew.
Taylor Heineke. Yeah, or Taylor Heineke. And I'm just gonna be like, well, we screwed the pooch again. So
what was
it
that
is what
movie?
it is.
What's that movie? Big Daddy. Oh, what are you sad for? Oh, or something like that. Goddamn Jets.
Oh, the guy, yeah. Oh,
That little
what are you
kid. What's
upset for?
Cole Sprouse or whatever. But yeah,
He said, who
I
you
mean,
rooting
it's
for?
just
Goddamn Jets.
I don't know. Like, it's just, I feel, I don't know what's going on. But like, ever since Ozzie Newsome has given up his GM ship and he went into the front office, and now we don't see Ozzie Newsome anymore, Eric DeCosta is not it doesn't, like, there's so much noise coming out of Baltimore. And Baltimore is a place, I've always thought Baltimore was a very just like a perfect franchise. Like, they just got their shit together. They build the teams the right way. You don't really hear too much drama coming out of the locker rooms. You don't hear nothing. I mean, they've had Hall of Famers over the last 20 years, like every year. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a Lamar thing without having an agent. Is it a Harbaugh thing? Because I don't know. Is it a GM thing? I don't know what's going on there. But so if he doesn't stay with Baltimore, don't tell me what you hope. What do you predict he ends up at if he does not end up with Baltimore?
The only place that makes sense now, if all those teams really pulled out, would be the Jets. That's the only one. I
You
don't
don't think
see
they
Indianapolis.
just trying to throw smoke? You know what I'm saying? This is the time of year where everyone's lying because they ain't trying to tell you their true intentions. So you don't think they lying? Like, you made it tell me that the Carolina Panthers would much rather go with what's his name?
Yeah.
Who they draft? Matt Corral over Lamar Jackson. Come on now, like, I don't think
No, I
that's
mean
true.
it could be smoke too. It could be smoke too, but I think right now, like I think the Baltimore Ravens and Aaron Rodgers single-handedly are like messing up free agency right now for a lot of teams, because I guarantee you a lot of these teams right now are doing their homework on these prospects coming in, and they're looking at Levis, they're looking at Richardson,
And
they're
all of a
looking
sudden,
at
Anthony Richardson has exploded to the scene, and now everybody wants him too. So
yeah, exactly. So the Raiders, I look for the Raiders to get him. But I just it's a weird
I can
place.
see the
Yeah,
Raiders.
it could be a playing possum type of thing right now. I get that 100%. A lot of teams could be playing possum, but
Oh wow! So as of 7 hours ago, if not the Ravens, these are the Vegas odds for favorites to land Lamar Jackson. This list will probably surprise you. Number one, the Detroit Lions are 3-1 odds to land Lamar Jackson. Number two, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 9-2 odds to land him. Number three, Indianapolis Colts, and then y'all are number four, New England. I don't think that's happening. Tennessee, I don't think that's happening. Not everybody after that, I don't really see happening. But
I don't
Tennessee,
see the Bucks.
maybe, but if they decide to go that direction, but Detroit has
Bucks
emerged
have
as
no money.
what?
Bucks have no money to sign him.
But they're gonna figure something out. I don't know what they're gonna do.
I don't think he comes to the Bucks. And if he
But
does,
yeah, they're second on the list. Indianapolis is third, and the Jets are fourth. So Detroit, I mean, that's something that seems like a fun situation for him. That's a high flying offense.
it would I don't know. I feel like they have a good chemistry there right now. What they got going on. They're just missing a little bit of pieces.
But who fits Dan Campbell more? Jared Goff's boring ass or Lamar Jackson's rah rah fiery ass?
But he doesn't need a bunch of kids. If anything, he needs to worry about getting Jamal Williams back and in that locker room is what he needs to worry about.
You quarterback Lamar Jackson a kid?
Hmm?
Lamar Jackson and a kid, he a vet.
Yeah, but
he's going into his sixth year.
Dan Campbell gonna do what Dan Campbell does. Dan Campbell is a great coach, man. Like I always thought he was a great coach, and his tenure in Miami when he was the interim should have went longer. But Dan Campbell definitely put together a team and can rally all that behind them. I'm still thinking Lamar signs with the Ravens still. I think it's a deal's going to get.
I mean, I would hope so because I don't want to see that relationship already break up. Like,
either.
Damn, what the hell is that? Also, I pray that he stays in the AFC. I don't want him in the NFC. Like, as much as I love the kid, I don't want to go against him, especially not with Washington or none of that. Stay your ass in the AFC. That would be cool. Now, speaking of quarterbacks that y'all could probably sign, obviously Aaron Rodgers. So y'all have met with Aaron Rodgers, or y'all planning to meet with him, right? Or
we already went.
All right. So you obviously follow beat writers and stuff like that. So give me your angle. What's going on with that?
So Woody Johnson, Joe Douglas, Nathaniel Hackett, Robert Saleh, and one more person. 5 people went to go see him and meet with him. From what I'm getting, the ball is in Aaron's court right now, is what I'm reading from the beat wire. The ball is in Aaron's court to what he wants to do. He has to decide. I see that the Packers are fine with him coming back.
The Packers, Rich Eisen, he went to the NFL Combine and he said some of the rumors that he's heard. The Packers will be perfectly fine if he does not walk through those doors ever again, so they can finally just move on from this dark cloud.
Yeah, but from what the beat writer was telling me is that, or not telling me obviously, but from what I'm reading from the beat writer is that he said the Packers are okay with him coming back, I think, for one more season, or allowing him to find another place that he wants to play. So, like I said, the 5 guys went out there, no pun intended for the
5 guys
to talk to him, and I mean, we'll see what happens, but I'm with you on this. Like, I think it's foolish of the Jets to go on this route, because when you're getting a 39-year-old quarterback, yes, he has a great resume and pedigree. He's just older. He's a bad man, but can't do it in the regular season.
Brett Favre all over again.
I don't want to compare to Brett Favre.
Bro, what's the difference?
No, don't give me that
What's
shit.
the difference?
I get it, the team. I just think that Aaron is a good quarterback still. I just don't like the baggage that comes with Aaron, if that makes any sense. I don't want that. I feel like
that makes a lot of sense.
The locker room is, for the once, is like they love playing football. We got this guy Clemens who has like no emotion on his face every time they interview him, and it's like wears black Air Force Ones to practice. Enjoys him.
I stay away from that cat.
But I mean, we have Sauce Gardner who looks very animated now, like he's enjoying life.
Right, He's a superstar.
He's a
And he
superstar.
knows it too. He knows
Yeah,
he's a superstar.
he knows. I hope it doesn't get to his head, but I love the guy.
Yeah.
Everybody just looks like they're having fun, except Zach Wilson, bum ass. But
Have you
I
heard from Zach Wilson this summer? I mean, this fall. I mean, March at all, February. I haven't heard his name at all.
haven't either.
Is
But
he still
I
with the
would not be
team?
surprised. I would not be surprised. Yeah, he's on the team. I would not be surprised if he's our starting quarterback week 1. I really won't. But what I'm getting at is I agree with you in your statement you made in the last show that going after Aaron Rodgers, you're gonna have to give up draft capital
Yep.
and a
And pay
contract.
the man.
Now, the one thing that I know is the Jets are trying to get the Packers, if this were to happen, to pay a large portion of it.
Yeah.
So that still sucks because now we're still giving up money for him, and then we're giving up draft capital. And we're sitting in a prime spot to get a really good offensive lineman as I've been fucking around with the draft stuff. Derek Carr, we just would have had to pay him. You know, Lamar Jackson would just have to pay him. That's all we'll have to do. So that's why I'm fine with either or.
No, Lamar Jackson, you have to give up 2 first-round picks.
Do we?
Yeah, so the way the non-exclusive works, that's why they did the non-exclusive. Like the Ravens played their cards really well. Like we're gonna be honest, they played their cards really well. And it just sucks that Lamar doesn't have an agent to deal with that because what would you rather do? Give up 2 first-round picks for Lamar and pay him, or I don't know how much draft capital you got to give up for Aaron Rodgers, but he's old, so I don't know. Like, what would he cost from a draft?
That's what I'm scared about. I'm scared about that. Like, if they want multiple first-round picks for Aaron Rodgers, I'd give him a first, I'd give him a second and a third. That's what I would give him for the guy.
Man, that's a tough one actually. I don't know for a 39-year-old once in like one of the few of a generation type of quarterbacks. Like that one's tough. That one's really tough, especially with a team that's already ready to go. You know how like what's that team, the Rams? Like, yo, fuck them picks. Like if y'all just go all, or how would you feel if y'all just go all in, win the Super Bowl next year, and then y'all suck after that, like the Rams do? Would you be okay with that?
I would cry. I would cry so bad, bro, because I have told myself I will never see the Jets win a Super Bowl. I will never see it. I got close. I got to 2 AFC championships back to back, but I will never see it. And if we win a Super Bowl in the first year with him, he'll be my favorite quarterback of all time.
And it was all worth it.
It was all worth it. Yeah. And
even if y'all suck for the next 10 years.
Bro, we've sucked our entire life. We've sucked this entire life of this team. So it'll be worth it to get one under there because I can't have the bum ass Bucks, having one more than the Jets. So
did you know a lot of bettors are putting money on the Jets already to win the Super Bowl? Like
I know.
That's a hot bet item right now. They're ready. Like, let's get this shit now.
Yeah. I mean, it looks good. I'm curious to see what free agents we're going to attract. Like the whole thing right now is the quarterback. Get this quarterback shit settled out. Once we can do this and get past it, like we'll be good. We'll be good. Don't draft a quarterback. Don't do it because you're holding on to bum ass Zach Wilson. You're holding on to that bum. So please just get a veteran, make this kid work, let him learn from the veteran, and then if you think he's the future, throw him in right afterwards. But I could honestly see Aaron Rodgers like retiring after 1 year, and then it becomes like, what really were we doing at this point? Draft capital.
You better hope you won the Super Bowl if that's the case, because they all just mortgage your whole future to try to go for it.
It all depends on much. All depends on how much we give up. If we give up 1 first-round pick, I don't care. I really don't care. If we give up 2 first-round picks, I'm kind of like, I don't care either. But I'm like, if we give up 3, no, absolutely.
I don't think it's gonna cost 3. I think it's gonna cost y'all like a first next year, a couple seconds, a couple third, maybe a third as well, something like that. It'll be something like, because what was Russell? How much Russell Wilson? What was his? No, what was Russell Wilson's trade? But mind you, Russell Wilson's only 32.
They got a first-round pick out of it, and I think they got a first-round pick again. They got 2 first-round picks out of it.
And they got players too.
Yeah.
So the trade, Damn, the Broncos got Russell Wilson and a 2022 fourth round pick. The Seahawks got Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, Noah Fant, 2022 first round, 2022 second round, 2022 fifth round, 2023 first round, 2023 second round. So yeah, it's going to cost that basically. Are you willing to give all that up for a chance at 1 year?
I'm kind of scared, to be honest with you, but I'm putting my faith into the GM. I'm finally on the Joe Douglas train right now. I want him to get a deal done because New York hasn't had an exciting quarterback since I can't even tell you.
AJ McCarron, not AJ McCarron.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Chad Pennington.
Yeah, probably Ryan Fitzpatrick. He was more exciting.
Pennington was cool, dog.
He was cool, but Ryan Fitzpatrick was even cooler, though, man.
Man, Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Harvard.
Matter, man. That was the last decent quarterback.
He reps Buffalo more than he reps the Jets. You know that.
Oh, I know that.
He goes to a Buffalo game with his shirt off.
But you know why he did that? Because we did him wrong. We should have just paid him after he had that season. Instead, we prolonged that shit to the last day. But we don't want to talk about that. I need a solid quarterback.
Yeah.
I need a solid quarterback in there. I don't need fucking Taylor Heineke. I don't need Jameis Winston. I don't need any of that shit.
What's wrong with Jameis?
Not a leader. I mean, not a leader for my team. I don't want Jameis. I love Jameis. Don't want him though. So,
and it's like I'm just reading all these news reports. Jets are all in. Jets players are begging Aaron Rodgers to join. Aaron Jones.
You saw Sauce's tweet. He'll burn the cheesehead, he said.
Aaron Jones went on Good Morning Football to tell Aaron Rodgers to come home. Like Devontae Adams was saying, your area code is like it's a race. It is a race right now. So we'll see how that goes with that. Outside of moving away from we can move away from the quarterback market because I really don't feel like talking about Daniel Jones. Like
yeah, we don't have to, man.
I looked at that contract and I was like, at least I'm not a Giants fan.
Yeah, I mean, and even at that, like we said, we saw significant improvement with Daboll.
Yeah.
So if you can get the same quarterback play you got this year, as opposed to the years back, then contract well spent.
Exactly. But what does that mean?
Said he was going to get franchise tag.
What does that mean for Saquon moving forward? Then you think with his injury history, you think he's going to play on a franchise tag? I don't think so. So what do you think that means for him? Listen, the man has been hurt half of his career. I'm not playing on a franchise tag as a running back. I'm sorry. Like Le'Veon Bell said, no, Zeke wouldn't do it. Like smart running backs know damn well they're not going to play on a franchise tag.
Yeah, I think Saquon personally, I think he's a good guy. And I think like he knows the Giants have done right by sticking with him, even though he's been hurt and putting up with that for a while. And I honestly believe the Giants organization really is going to get a deal done for them. Like they already said, like we are working on the deal. We need to get Daniel Jones done first, and they got it done. Now they got
Saquon and Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah. So I think they'll get something done for him. But even if it doesn't happen, I think he plays on the franchise.
On a franchise?
I think he does.
Yo, so I forgot who was talking about it. I was listening to some podcast, and they said the people who make the money in the NFL, like the real money in the NFL, are the people who decide to play to be the bad guy. I think LaShawn McCoy said it. That's what it was. LaShawn McCoy was like, look, I know Philadelphia loved me at the time, but I knew I had to be the bad guy for a summer so that they could pay me my money. And then they paid him his money. Saquon, he is a nice guy. He's got to be an asshole over the summer, like for real, because the fear of losing a talent like that is going to make you open up the checkbook. That will make you open up the checkbook. Kyler Murray,
have a good agent too.
Exactly. Kyler Murray deleted the Arizona Cardinals from his Instagram, and it opened up the whole book for him.
Arizona is just a shit run organization.
You saw that the ratings for all the teams, like their facilities, their training staff. There was like a report card that was done on all the teams. Arizona was near the bottom on everything. Cincinnati was actually really bad too. This is like rats in the locker rooms and shit. Like that's disgusting. But yeah, you got to be the bad guy. Like for real, honestly. Like Name a player. Devontae Adams was like, cool, I'm going to Las Vegas. And Devontae Adams was not a bad guy, but he took his talents elsewhere.
But he gave him the demand, and they
Yeah.
focused on another thing. And then when they're like, okay, we're ready to pay, he's like, I'm out.
You know what they did? They franchised him. So he said, all right, I'm out. And that's what I'm scared of with Saquon. I'm like, bro, come on now. Like, he was your number 4 overall, number 2 overall pick, right? Bruh.
3. Yeah, two.
He was a running back that was taken in the top 5, plain and simple. That's crazy when we think about it these days. So if you got that much love and trust for him, you got franchising him. It's just a dangerous, like a slippery slope that I'm a little worried about with that. I mean, me personally, I would love Saquon to be on another team, but I do like Saquon the person. So I just hope he gets his money situated. Daniel Jones, God bless him. He did what he's supposed to do. Josh Jacobs got franchised, leading rusher. Tony Pollard got franchised. So clearly we know what direction they want to head in. Is he become the guy, and they kind of just fizzle Zeke out. But when we keep it around running backs, there's these rumors with Derrick Henry. And you brought it up last week, and I was like, ain't no freaking way. But now I see it. Like Tennessee, they're definitely in a position where they need to rebuild that. So like they're never going to win a Super Bowl with that roster that they have right now. Robert Woods, they got rid of a lot of players already, including Robert Woods. Derrick Henry, they can obviously get a lot of compensation for. So I don't know if you've been hearing anything about where he could possibly end up. What do you think would be a good fit for him?
I saw like a article that somebody posted like the best landing spots for him. And what was one of them that I saw? I think one was Detroit.
I saw that one.
They let Jamal Williams walk, and he goes there. I think Detroit will be foolish to let Jamal Williams walk if they do, because that's like the heart and soul of that team. That's the heartbeat.
I heard Cincinnati too because of the whole Joe Mixon thing.
Cincinnati was one. And what was the other one I saw? Chicago was another.
But they re-signed Montgomery.
Yeah, I don't think they did it yet. So if that becomes in play, who's another? I don't know. I don't want to sit here and think about every place he could go to, but
the New York Post has odds already. Miami Dolphins is the number 1 on that list.
Let him come on back to Florida.
Literally, though, if you think about it, that would be good. If Tua is still going to be the quarterback moving forward, that would be great for Tua. Because, like, first of all, you know how funny that would look? Small-ass Tua or, like, Bryce Young or something handing the ball off to a big-ass running back, Derrick Henry. That would look funny.
You know what's crazy for them is their running backs are all free agents. Mozart and Wilson are both free agents, and they need a running back. And I guarantee you they wanted to get that kid from Texas, but they had to forfeit their first-round pick.
Yeah, so they screwed up, Mr. Owner, with their tampering shit. But they got Miami and Cincinnati actually tied at plus 400. They got Kansas City, Buffalo, and then Philly next, actually. I could see Buffalo. I don't see it. You know why? Because they have no semblance of a power running back in that. You know when we talk about they need to be playing to their elements. The way they play football is like they play in a dome. Like they play all downfield fast shit. But when it's January, where you actually have home field advantage, you got to play to your elements. Imagine a Josh Allen and Derrick Henry in the backfield.
I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about him in Miami.
That would be wild. And then OBJ signs with them. Oh shit!
I won't even think about it.
That would be crazy.
Buffalo just won't pull the trigger on a running back ever. I think they pulled it on LeSean McCoy, and they were like, "Yeah,
he was a dog for them too."
He was for like 1 or 2 years, and then he just fizzled out of the offense.
That was the worst trade that Philadelphia has ever done. I would never forgive Chip Kelly for that shit.
They don't. Yeah, that was pretty shitty. They don't value the running back position like they do. They just get a bunch of guys that are basically the same and just fucking one after the other carousel. They
gonna run what's his name? Josh Allen to the ground if they don't try to go get somebody.
Do it. Let it happen. I'm happy.
Oh, I saw another thing that the odds have Buffalo as the favorite now. Oh.
We'll see.
Oh,
I don't.
getting
I don't.
interesting.
I don't think Derrick Henry's going anywhere this year, though.
Yes, there's no way he's coming back to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way. Like with AJ Brown last year, we knew he wasn't coming back. I didn't know it was gonna be us, but we knew he wasn't coming back. I think it's gonna be the same thing. Like they're getting rid of all these players so they can free up cap room. Like at this point, you can't be paying all this money to a running back if you're Tennessee. Like they need to start over. So I think they're just gonna, just. I mean, they play in the AFC South. Jacksonville's gonna be good, but outside of Jacksonville, you got time to just build your team back up. Houston's gonna suck. The Colts are probably gonna suck, and you got time to build your team to get back to contention in due time. So if I'm them, I'm like, yeah, let's just start this over and see what we have. But yeah, but that's another one. And then I don't know any players that you've been following. I know Frank Clark got cut.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That one was weird. Shaquille Griffin got cut by the Jags. There's trade rumors about DeAndre Hopkins.
I told you about that already. They already said that he's getting traded. Like it's already a done deal. I read an article today that they asked him about it. He's like, I'm not even trying to worry about it right now.
Yeah.
So it's a done deal. Like DeAndre Hopkins will not be a Cardinal next year. And I'd known about that for a very long time now from reading from their beat writers.
You think he ends up with the Patriots or something?
They said the Patriots are the favorite to sign him.
That would be good for Mac Jones. They just need a new offensive coordinator.
Baltimore was another one, but that is all depending, I guess, on Lamar.
Yeah, of course. But that would show a sign of good faith. If I'm Lamar Jackson and y'all go get DeAndre Hopkins, I'm like, okay, maybe, okay. But yeah, I mean, the Patriots. I mean, if you look at the free agent market for wide receivers, it is weak. Jacoby Myers is the number one free agent in the wide receiver market right now. That's bad. So,
OBJ,
huh?
Over OBJ?
Yeah, OBJ is not healthy. Like it's gotten clear the reason why Jerry Jones, Mr. Flashy himself, would not sign him. If Jerry Jones is not going to sign him, and he signs Greg Hardy and all these criminals in the past, then you know something's up with his medical, clearly. Yeah, so I don't know, but I mean, because at the end of the day, OBJ he hasn't played football since February of last year. It's going to be September again before he touches the field. That's kind of scary. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I saw the Browns as an option too. I think OBJ should probably end up, or DeAndre Hopkins. I would like them to end up at like with the Chiefs because Juju's on the market too. Juju ain't all that.
They already said, the beat writer said they want to resign him. Like that's their number one.
Juju's been talking too much for me. Juju needs to come catch his fade.
Juju does need to shut up, but Juju
he need to come catch his fade.
You're just mad because of that. I get that.
Nah, bro, he need to come catch his fade. Like for real, he's an idiot.
Juju fits that system perfectly. But we'll see. We'll see. Get the hate out your heart.
Garbage.
Man. Chill out.
Anyway, anything else in the NFL?
Got one of these.
Anyway, anything else in the NFL? For you at least that you can pay attention
to. Franchise tagging is officially done now, right?
Yeah, it's all done. Evan Ingram. So the players with Evan Ingram with the Jags, Deron Payne with the Commanders, Josh Jacobs with the Raiders, Tony Pollard with the Cowboys, Saquon, and Lamar. So 6 players got franchised, and that's it.
Yeah. I'm ready for draft day to come, man. Like I'm getting excited just doing mocks and all of that. So
yeah, I was supposed to send you my mock. Man, work has been crazy. But guys, we have our 1.0s are coming out very, very shortly. Just so y'all know.
Use the website I gave you. Just plug them in as you go, and you can do trades in there too.
Yo, but we'll talk about it off air. But like, it was confusing to me. I got really confused. But we'll talk about it off air. I was like, what the hell? What the hell's going on?
I'll walk you through. I'll do a demo for you.
I appreciate it. But yeah, really quickly, because we're talking about the wide receiver market. Robert Woods, Robbie Anderson, Nelson Aguilar, Sterling Shepard, DJ Chark, Randall Cobb, Marvin Jones. Like, there's no Juju.
Second fiddles, basically. It's
Huh?
like second fiddle. It's like second fiddles, like your second string
All number
receiver.
twos and threes.
Yeah,
All number
yeah.
twos and threes on this list. Like it's actually insane. There's
But
not a
there's
number
gonna,
one here by any means.
no, there's gonna be some trades though. Like DeAndre is definitely
Yeah,
gone.
like we
Definitely.
saw it last year. Like
Allen Robinson is another one that they're saying they allowed him to go seek out a trade.
man, he
I know,
fell
hey,
the hell off.
fell off, but I mean, the quarterback play in LA was not that great last
He
year
wasn't
either.
doing shit his last couple years in Chicago either. If we
He
really
didn't
think
want to
about
even.
it, he's only had like 1.5 good seasons. Let's be honest.
I I I agree with you. I agree with you. But I mean, somebody will see it and say that guy had a great season and overpay or something for it.
When they say a
So
dummy is born every day or something like that.
yeah, there's an idiot born. There's an idiot born every day for sure.
Dog.
But somebody will take it.
He had 2015, he blew up. 80 catches, 1,400 yards, 14 touchdowns. Since then, he had a good 2020 for the Bears, like 2019 and 2020. Bro, he's getting old too. I didn't even know he was that old. He's going into his
How old
ninth
is
year
he?
as a receiver.
Oh shit.
He's 20. He's 29 right now. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's slowing down.
Yeah,
He's losing a step.
yeah, he might be. Oh well, but I just know that that's another name that's been thrown out there. And nothing else is coming to mind right now on any other
Exactly.
players.
But last year we saw it. We didn't, bro. One day we woke up and Tyreek Hill was on the block all of a sudden, and then 3 hours later he was a Dolphin. So it's gonna be some crazy shit like that. Obviously this year, AJ Brown, Devontae Adams. Who else got traded last year as a receiver? I mean, those were the big ones. Oh, and then Christian Kirk signed that big ass deal. Like Christian Kirk, you want to talk about quarterback reset the market with Deshaun Watson? Christian Kirk got people making $25 million a year as a receiver. So there we go. But as far as trades, I think DeAndre Hopkins for sure. I just can't think of who else. Like who else is disappointed or angry? I mean, obviously Aaron Rodgers, but who else is angry in this situation? I don't.
He's not. They're just telling him like you can seek out a trade. We're going to trade you. So find somewhere you want to go. Like they're doing this kindly.
That's dirty, man. That's grimy.
It's grimy, but they got to free up cap space. And would you rather go to a team that you want to go to, or would you rather them send you to Houston?
No, I'm just saying, like, send him back home to Houston.
It is.
Hey, he gets Bryce Young. Hey. D'Amico Ryan's is a good coach. It's crazy. Like I've accused that owner of being a racist, and he's hired 3 straight black coaches.
Yeah, and how long are they?
One year.
Exactly.
That's the problem. He hires him and fires him. He's like, all right, guys, I'm not a racist.
Exactly. I hire my black coach is fired. Another black coach. This is my token black guy right here. Fired. Another one.
That's so messed up,
man. It's messed up, man.
All right. I'm done with the NFL. But yeah, I'm excited for the draft. I'm excited for free agency to actually kick off because once the Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers bullshit gets situated, the dominoes is going to just flood. So we're going to see everything come down. So
yeah, that's what has to happen.
Yeah.
Like Derek Carr finally pulled the fucking trigger. He's like, hey, I'm not waiting on this Mickey Mouse.
Smart.
Like, you signed me today, and I'm happy for him.
I think Derek Carr is an average quarterback, but one thing about him, he's a very good dude and a smart ass man. Like he's gotten paid. Like Kirk Cousins gotten paid. When you go look at Derek Carr's contracts that he's gotten, Derek Carr has managed his situation perfectly, and that's because he has a good agent, Lamar Jackson. When you have a good agent, like Daniel Jones went from almost cut from the Giants to 100 and whatever 40 what is it, 160 million, like almost cut to 160 million because of one pretty good year. Like, go get yourself an agent, Lamar. Is so simple. Like the 3% that you're gonna have to pay him. Oh well, move on. You'll be fine. They're about to get you 250 million. Just move on. So yeah, he got to figure that shit. He got to figure that shit out, man. I don't know what's going on there, but let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on to the National Basketball Association. And I hate that we have to start with this because before his draft with Zion, I've been all over John Morant since. But over the last year, about something like that, the Memphis Grizzlies. I think I don't know if it's Memphis. I don't know if it's like, the city of Memphis, whether it's Dylan Brooks. Something has gotten into John Morant, and I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. There's all these reports coming out of shit that he did last year and stuff like that. Security guard at Foot Locker or Fanac, whatever it was, Foot Locker, beat up a 17-year-old kid and then flashed the gun at him during a pickup basketball game. Like, come on now. This year amid all, and then the lasers at the Indiana Pacers security area or whatever, like somebody from his car was pointing like a laser at a member of the Indiana staff, and we're assuming that it was from a weapon. So with all these news stories spiraling right now, right? This kid, right now he's acting like a kid. This kid went on IG Live at 4:00 in the morning after losing a basketball game, holding up this tiny ass gun inside of his IG Live. And I saw that when I woke up was like Saturday morning, something like that. I was like, he can't honestly be this stupid. Like, I know he's not that stupid. With all the shit going on right now, I'm gonna go flash a gun at 4:30 in the morning with my shirt all wrapping and shit. Like, do you know how stupid you have to be to do that? I'm gonna just give you the floor right now. Break down what the hell is going on. What the hell is going on and what needs to happen? Because it's crazy.
Grow up, bro. Just grow up. Like, gang banging ain't cool. Thugging ain't cool. We get it. We get it. You want to be hard, but like, we all know you went to a private school. Like, I'm not trying to do the whole 8 mile.
Demetrius, we know where you went, dog. You have a good life. Why are you?
Don't be upset with the life that you've been given, man. Like, people would love to be in that position.
Takashi 6ix9ine.
And we get that we're comparing, like, everyone's comparing you to the second coming of Allen Iverson, but like, AI came from shit, man. He had to live like
Newport
that, even
News,
like that.
Virginia. Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. And
my man was actually in prison in high school. Like, he was actually in prison because
yeah. But I mean, just because you get that comparison doesn't mean you have to compete with it. I mean, we do see all the good things that Ja does off the court. Like, he does talk to fans, gives signed shoes, takes pictures.
That's the real Ja.
That's the real Ja. But it could also be a front. Maybe people lose identity and they want to go this other route. I don't want to think that.
I can't think. I'm praying that's not a front. I like that. I thought he was a genuine dude.
I thought he was too until all this. Like, if it walks like a duck, cake and it quacks like a duck, it's not a hippopotamus, man. That's the thing that I have to look at. Like, I've looked at this guy the whole time, and I've been thinking, like, he's going to be the next focal point of the NBA. They're going to, like, focus on him. He's enjoyable. He's playing on a young team. It's fine. And then all of a sudden, Dylan Brooks, I don't know what happened with this dude, because I liked him in college. I was like, oh, this kid's going to be a good player in the NBA. And then he just started going on, pissing everybody off.
Now he's talking shit about Draymond. Like, bro, like, keep your mouth shut, dog.
Dude, win something and then you can talk. Be on the caliber of the people that you're coming for, and then you can talk. You can't diss LeBron James. You can't diss Shannon Sharp. You can't diss Draymond Green with all the credentials that they have, and you have nothing. Get out the first round.
You proved absolutely nothing. Like, y'all went toe-to-toe with Minnesota. Y'all played well against Minnesota in the playoffs last year, and that's your call to fame. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? And I remember when I told you I wanted to wrap my arms around this team before. I got nothing. I got no love for them anymore.
Jaren Jackson, like, I feel like he's just a big kid too.
Yeah, I like Jaren Jackson.
I like him, but I feel like he's not the guy that you want to take advice from.
He's a number one overall pick, though, so he got something to say.
He's not number one. He's not number one. He's like number 3.
That was DeAndre Ayton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get Jaren Jackson, but like I'm saying, he's not the guy you want to take advice from. If Ja's like, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing something stupid," I was like, "Well, sometimes you gotta do something stupid." I feel like that's the type of answer Jaren Jackson's going to give.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the crazy thing is, the one guy we always talk about, who's the vet, who's under 30, is
Under
Steven
30.
Adams. Decides to call a players only meeting to telling them that they all need to chill out and go to their hotel rooms and stop acting like crazy. I don't know what it is. I don't know if like the Memphis team is a bunch of like wannabe thugs or what it is. But I mean, I don't get that vibe from them except for Dylan Brooks. I never
Nah,
got that
Dylan
from
Brooks
Ja,
is
but
his influence is showing on that team. And my bad, Jared
yeah.
Jackson was number 4
And,
pick. But no, Dylan Brooks, ever since he started running his mouth, like for real, wearing those weird ass outfits he be wearing in the locker room, I'm telling you, like, I don't know. You know what it is? I blame NBA YoungBoy. I feel like everybody, all these kids want to be like NBA YoungBoy. Dog. Like, think about it. If you really think about it, John Morant went from a
you
private
from
school
Memphis?
kid to NBA
You from
YoungBoy in
Memphis?
like 2 years.
Is NBA YoungBoy from Memphis?
I don't know where the hell he's from. But
Whatever,
he
man.
like the kids right now look up to NBA YoungBoy like he's Tupac. Like I'm serious. It's crazy. Like
Oh no, I know
I
that.
I do readings and stuff like this. I'm like, why? And all his music is all aggressive and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like coming looking at Ja's situation, like you're in the perfect spot to succeed, to get paid, and to be the next big thing in the NBA. You could even leapfrog Giannis, probably. That's how great you are. You could probably leapfrog Giannis. But now you're on the back burner, bro, and you're way down the line now.
You know why he
This
can? You know why he could be able to leapfrog all these people because
because the NBA loves guards. The
not
NBA
just
loves
that. First, and yeah, I mean, look at that. They get rid of Kyrie and Nike goes straight to John Morant. And he about to screw that up too. But anyway, and then NBA young boys from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But if you if you look at the landscape of all the best players in the league right now, like go look at the MVP voting. They're all international players. Giannis, international. Embiid, international. Luka, international. Like the only good, like if you look at the landscape outside of take LeBron and Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, like the old guys, the young guys coming up, it's Ja, it's Zion's hurt ass, it's Anthony Davis hurt ass, and it's Jason Tatum. Like, name the other American-born player that's like, that's like really taking that game to the next level. Like, we're getting all of our superstars from overseas now. We're about to get Wembanyama from France. Like, John Morant in this country right now, Nike's ready to give him a bag. Powerade is ready to give you a bag. Like you could become this next international superstar. Like Kobe would go to China and everybody will stop what they're doing to go see Kobe. Michael Jordan will go to Europe and everybody stop what they're doing. Like he needs to become that, and he has every chance in the world to become that. But he wants to be a thug out of nowhere. Like, I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. And I don't want to blame his dad, but his dad is not daddying right now. He's like homeboying too much. Like LeVar
yeah,
Ball, as much shit y'all want to give that man, he was a
yeah,
father to those three. To his
he
dad
was.
though, T, they just seem like they homeboys. Like they're not. I don't see the father-son dynamic anymore. I just see like he's just on the sideline, just enjoying the fruits of his labor, and that's concerning to me because if anybody's going to check you, it's the person that comes to every single one of your games. He should be the one that's checking you. He's your father. But it's like, Jaws, like, he's like, what, 22, 23 is like, well, I'm making 250 million, so you can't tell me shit. I'm a plumber. That's why he's falling down this spiral. And what do I tell you about veterans? I'm telling you, if there was an Udonis Haslam in that locker room, he would have beat his ass already, and John Morant would not be doing this shit no more. Like, come on now. Like you don't see this shit happening in Miami. Like they live in Miami, and you don't see this shit happening in Miami. Like the most like distracting place that you can play basketball with. All these women and clubs and cars and celebrities. You don't hear this shit happening in Miami because Udonis Haslam is a veteran. And they could have had Andre Iguodala, and they laughed at him. They said we don't want that bum anyway. Like they're becoming like these.
Perfect guy.
Yeah, these young guys. Yeah, like Iguodala in that locker room, like it would have been perfect. Didn't they have like Danny Green for a second? Danny Green in that locker room would have been perfect. But now he's back in Cleveland. Like they need like 29-year-old Steven Adams should not be the oldest guy on the team. I'm sorry. The NBA is not going to work out for these kids if you're being led by a 29-year-old dude who's pretty quiet. You know what I mean? So I I don't know. I don't know what's next for
It
him.
sucks 'cause I wanna root for the kid. Like I obviously like I'm big on second chances,
Yeah,
but like
for sure.
to the rest of the world that sees this, they're not gonna be so forgiving. There's gonna be a lot of repercussions, there's gonna be suspensions, there's gonna be bad publicity towards you now.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a scope on you all the time. No
You know
pun
what's
intended
sad?
there.
You know what's sad about this? Like I just
Hmm.
typed in John Morant's name on Google, right? And it went to the news. The first article that reports on him, CNN. The second article that reports on him, MSNBC. The third article that reports on him, Fox News. And then ESPN, and then TMZ. It's like USA Today. Like he's such a superstar that CNN, Fox News, and MSNBC those searches come up before ESPN even comes up. That's how bad it is for him right now. So you want to talk about, like because you know how the media has been for all these years. You should have never gave those niggas money. You know what I mean? Like the young black man making money. Everybody's gonna be mad, so they wait for them to do something stupid, and as soon as they do something
Yeah.
stupid, bro, it was the leading story on CNN. Like, come on, man. Like, and then
I told
luckily
you
he's not gonna face any charges from Colorado for that incident. But like, boy, like you need to chill out, bro. Like for real.
grow up. You gotta grow up, man. It's a man's league. You're playing a man's game. Like you're looked as the leader on that team, and now you are not there. Now you're not there. And number two are the Sacramento Kings in the West. What
No,
the fuck?
hey, listen,
What the
let me big him up real quick. Like for real, you want to talk about? I would have never seen this coming. Mike Brown, they need to build that dude a statue right now. Go build Mike Brown a statue right now. Like that team went from the most laughable team over the last 2 decades, ever since they broke all that the Weber days up, to the number 2 seed in the West. I got to give them all the credit in the world. Like that trade that happened with Tyrese Halliburton and DeMontis Sabonis, we made fun of the Kings. We made fun of the Kings side of it. Like, why would you get rid of Halliburton? Halliburton's having a hell of a season right now for Indiana, but the Sacramento Kings, whew, that team.
Where Sabonis goes, he plays well. He did.
That dude
He
knows how to
turned
play
Indiana.
basketball.
Does he does, and he knows his role. He
So,
knows his
like in a
role.
playoff series right now, let's say John Morant, because they're the 3 seed. John Morant numbers the 3 seed, and Sacramento Kings are the 2 seed, right? So they would have to play in the second round of the playoffs. As of today, right now, we're assuming John Morant's going to be allowed to play, right? As of today, right now, who would you pick to win that series? So we did a poll the other day, and I asked, will the Memphis Grizzlies even winning a playoff series? And 88% of the people said no. So everyone's kind of out on Memphis. But first of all, if they win it for their first round, they'll probably have to see Sacramento. Who would you take in the 7-game series right now? How everything is going between Sacramento and Memphis?
And it sucks for me to say this because I have not watched enough Sacramento games
for
them being a 2 seed and them just not getting enough like airtime on TV. I'd take Memphis still, assuming Ja's playing. I would not be mad. I would not be mad if Sacramento were to win.
Sacramento's roster is really not bad. Like they built. I don't know who was pulling the strings over the last couple of years.
I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and I told them this: what Sacramento did is what the Magic should have been trying to do all along.
Yeah.
Stack up on all those lottery picks that you keep that are worth a shit and bring in the right veterans. Bring in the right. Sabonis is the best one. As much as we make fun of Harrison Barnes, he's like,
hey, Harrison Barnes is a solid basketball player. He's not Kevin Durant, obviously, but
he's the C version of Kevin Durant. Same exact player. Doesn't want to lead, just wants to hoop. Hella
quiet.
He's quiet.
Bro, they're first in points per game. first in points per game, 121 points per game. That's crazy. That is insanity.
Malik Monk just had to get
That,
out of.
that was the other one. Malik Monk he's like, I think he's leading the league in 3-pointers made or something like that, like, or attempted, something like that. Like, he's opening up for what's his name? Little point guard.
Keegan?
Nah, point guard. De'Aaron Fox. So, I mean, Malik Monk is solid. De'Aaron Fox is obviously solid. Domantas Sabonis. Keegan Murray is a good rookie. Davion Mitchell hasn't really leveled up to what he should be. But then like the Harrison Barnes, the Trey Lyles, the Rashawn Holmes, like, they just have really solid pieces, right? But in a 7-game series, I'd probably still take Memphis. Like, John Morant is better than De'Aaron Fox, okay? Who's the number 2? Jaren Jackson's better than their number 2 best player. Oh, well, no, I'll take Sabonis over Jaren Jackson. But Jaren Jackson is about to win Defensive Player of the Year. Like, he's leading the league in blocks, 3.6 blocks a game. Like, he's got some game to him. Obviously, he's scoring the ball. He can shoot the 3. So, I don't know. It will come down to just, I don't know. I don't know. But no, John needs to, like, man, he needs to go. I know he says he's going to seek counseling and for his mental health issues. I don't know what flashing a gun on IG Live at 4:30 in the morning has to do with mental health issues, but by all means, if that's what the crutch that you want to use, because it's the easiest crutch to use nowadays, whatever. But he needs to, like, actually go. Like, Memphis's number 1 job this summer, we need to go get a veteran. Like absolutely, we need to go get a veteran, because there's no, like, you see it in football. These old quarterbacks just lie around. Joe Flacco's just there because you need a veteran in the locker room. Like, what's his name? Josh McCown played till he was 40. Like,
you know, would have been a good veteran. I guess not. Maybe DeAndre Jordan. Like, that's a guy that I could see on that team that would gel perfect with everybody.
He could gel with Memphis. Yeah, but why do you think DeAndre Jordan is still in the NBA? Like, every team he goes to, he makes them worse, and they still keep bringing him in because he's
not true. He's on the Nuggets.
Man, he don't do shit for them.
Doesn't matter. Like I said, he doesn't have to play.
I mean, he makes it worse if he's on the court. But from a locker room perspective, he's perfect because he knows how to. He knows how to do.
That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I'm getting. But like,
but
when the Lakers had him on the court, the Lakers sucked. When we had him on the court in Philly, we sucked. When Brooklyn had him on the court, they sucked.
When we had him, we sucked and he sucked. So it doesn't matter.
But then he goes to Denver. They ain't playing him as much minutes, but he's 34 years old. And now we see why the young guys are doing well over there. So, I mean, that should be their number 1 focus. We need to get a veteran. Udonis Haslem, I would hire him as the director of player personnel. Like, yo, we gotta take you from Miami. We need Udonis Haslem here.
He ain't leaving Miami.
Pat Riley, his mobster ass, he ain't letting Udonis Haslem out of sight. He's already got a suite ready for him upstairs.
I know. Udonis Haslem is gonna be fucking the GM, bro.
He's like, yo, Mr. Haslem, what do you want? You want a, tortellini or some gnocchi or the gabagool? Like, what do you want? All right.
That guy's amazing.
Moving on.
He's a made man in Miami.
Oh, of course. Oh, God. Yes, absolutely. And he got all the Zoes with him, too. He good. He got the Zoes and the mob with him. He got the Jewish people, the Zoes, the Italians. He's straight.
You just got to get the Cubans and you're good, bro.
Once he gets the Cubans, it's a wrap. Oh, man. All right. Now let's talk about some real basketball. The Boston Celtics. I was hoping Townie would be on. I wanted to talk to Vic or Sammy about this. Y'all have had a lot of success against Boston lately. I can't say the same for my team. But they're slipping. They're winning tonight against Portland, whatever. But we're definitely seeing some slippage over the last couple of weeks with them. What is wrong?
I don't know. I really don't know what it is. It's not like they're getting beat bad. Like, we beat them very close.
It's all been stupid shit at the end.
Yeah. And in the chat with Sammy and Vic that we have outside of our other chat, like, Vic watches Celtic basketball a lot,
Uh-huh.
and he's also very. He'll probably listen to this and fucking roast me tomorrow, but I don't care. Like everything is a foul to him if it doesn't go his way, and I'm like, bro, you're like, come on, like, all right, I get it. And he says it's more of like the refs suck, and I'll be honest, in that game against the Knicks, they were kind of terrible. I'm not gonna lie, they were kind
Yeah,
of terrible.
it's the same refs that
We
they've
won the
had in the
game.
beginning of the season too.
Exactly. Like you can blame as much as you want on the refs. Got to score points. Got
Grant
to win the
Williams got to
game.
make free throws if you gonna call it. I mean,
Grant Williams. That's another thing. They've been telling me Grant Williams sucks. I'm like, Grant Williams ain't the problem. And then I saw that and I was like, Grant Williams is the problem.
bro,
So
because
Grant
no,
Williams
they need to
is
send his
playing.
ass to the G League because of that shit. I'm like, yo, what do you? How do you?
Yeah,
There was
that
only 0.4 seconds left on the clock. All you need to do is cash in one of them. You good?
yeah, he fucked up. Um, yeah, I don't know what it is. Cause who's the guy they got coming off the bench? He's probably gonna win six man. He's balling out
Brogdon.
of his mind. Yeah, he'll probably win six man. Um, the team, I really don't, I can't put my finger on it. But Vic says it's mostly like the play calling that they have,
You
and
think they
guys
missed
going
Ime
cold.
Udoka already?
No, I don't think so. Because I watched a thing where they said that they wanted Missoula before Udoka, and he decided to
Who
stay
said
and
that?
coach whatever. Somebody on NBA TV or one of these things I was watching, like the Celtics wanted Missoula before Udoka. They wanted to offer him um the head coaching job or an assistant job or something like that, but he turned it down to stay and coach his like high school team where he was coaching at or whatever. And then he came on after the season was done. So I think they like his character. I think he's a great coach. I think he's better than Udoka. I like him a lot. And he's definitely got, he's not as rapey as Udoka. So we can put that against him. His hairline looks like a fucking 2K player, like just starting out with.
And his
But other than that,
eyebrows
like
or lack
yeah,
thereof.
yeah, yeah. His hair looks like an NBA 2K player, just like creature player, like just
Yeah,
a stock player
this is all you
standing
get.
there like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with what they tell me. It's rotations and guys going cold. Like that's the only thing I can see because Jaylen Brown's doing him. Jason Tatum's doing him. Even though Jason Tatum has been cooled down since the All
He's
Star
definitely
break,
cooled off since the
he's
All Star game.
um. But yeah, I don't know. I still pick Giannis and them to win it or in the East. So
That's been my choice as well. But I feel like there is part of Ime Udoka that they're gonna like. Think about it. What's the difference between this team and last team? Right? Last year they started off rough and they finished off hella strong. This year it started off like trailblazers and now they kind of teetering off towards the end. Right? I think I don't know if the beginning of this year was a continuation of last year, and now they're becoming
yeah,
who they're actually supposed to be under this new coach, which is a very good offensive team. But you look at some what all the really good teams in the NBA who historic over the last few years have been really good, and they're starting to slip. The Clippers, they don't play defense no more. Golden State, they don't play defense no more. Golden State is 7-28-5 on the road. They don't play defense anymore. Boston, they're not playing the same defense they were playing before. Like, they were locking people up before. Now it's offense. It's Tatum and Brown. My turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. And then Marcus Smart here, and Robert Williams, whatever. But
Marcus Smart. I love Marcus Smart, but I've never seen somebody on the floor as much as Marcus Smart, and it drives me
no,
insane.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis, we don't see him on the floor as much because he's never playing. So Marcus Smart plays, he's on the floor at least 32 times a night, and it's the most annoying thing to me.
Yeah,
It's
but
the most like I
think
love
about it.
Marcus Smart, but,
Every team needs to have that type of player. Like
I know.
the Lakers
Maybe
got
it's because
Vanderbilt, and the
Austin.
Lakers all of a sudden look like a real basketball team all of a sudden. Draymond Greens, the Marcus Smarts, the guys who just don't give a shit. And they're just gonna go out there and just go get
But
dirty.
Draymond Green isn't on the floor. Marcus Smart is just on the floor, falls back. God, it's annoying. Like if Marcus Smart isn't given an Oscar this year for the best male performance, in an NBA game, like
Yo, if
it's rigged.
the ESPYs were like a little bit funnier, they should have like a category for like best actor for all the
That's
soccer
flop.
players that flop, basketball players who flop. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Lance Stevenson would have
You know,
definitely.
cornerbacks always go like this when they give up a touchdown or something, or they go like this if it's an incomplete pass, but they had nothing to do with it. They're like, incomplete. Nah, stupid. They just overthrew. Oh man,
Yeah,
but
but
not. I honestly
case,
don't
I don't.
know. Honestly, don't know what's wrong with them either. Like, I really don't know. Like, they just look like they've just lost their defensive identity, and I think they're going to miss Ime Udoka because Ime Udoka seems like a more stern coach. Like, he don't take no shit. He might go, you know, mess with your chick, but he don't take no shit from the players. And then this other guy, Muzola, whatever his name is, he's like, what? How old is he? Like 23? He's a kid.
He's like
I don't
30
know.
something. I think he's like 38 or something. I like him. I think he's a good coach. I wouldn't put this on him. Put it more on the players and Clutch. But I think they'll right the ship.
He's
So
34. He's a young pup.
what are we doing with our
DeAndre Jordan?
What are we doing with our
right? I know he's coaching an NBA basketball team, and I'm killing it at work now. They're gonna start. They need to start promoting me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some of y'all be listening now. I'm ready for that promotion. You heard? Anyway, but no, Joe Mazzulla is 34 years old, and he's telling, you know, people only 10 years younger than him what to do. Like, sometimes it goes through deaf ears. You know what I mean? Like it's hard sometimes. Like, what's his name? For the Rams, what's that coach's name? Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I already forgot his name. Sean McVay. What made Sean McVay successful? He had Wade Phillips as the defensive coordinator. Old ass Wade Phillips. He took care of the offense. Wade Phillips took care of the defense. Everything clicked. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. You need to think like that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, do you think anything has changed in your prediction right now? Because I know the Knicks are surging right now. I know the Sixers are doing a little bit better. Do you think the Knicks or the Sixers have a chance to do anything with Boston or Milwaukee in the playoffs if they have to see them?
I think the Sixers more than the Knicks. I like the roster construction for the Sixers, even though I poo-pooed it last week. I went and looked at it and I was like, okay, I actually like this roster.
I'm starting to feel better.
But it all relies on James Harden. It all relies on what James Harden you're going to get, because he's playing again, but he's like quiet. I remember when he was in Houston, every night we talked about James Harden
because he had to play out of his mind for them to even have a chance. Mike D'Antoni, that offense. You know what I mean? Now we got Joel Embiid. We don't need to score 50. We good.
Yeah, and Joel Embiid is like doing his thing night in, night out. Now I'm not shitting on my Knicks. Like
what do you attribute this latest surge that y'all have had to? Like y'all lost that last one to Charlotte, which is a trap game. I knew that was going to happen. Trap games are always going to happen with teams. So, but what do you attribute, you know, this team to right now?
Josh fucking Hart, bro. We need another scorer off the bench. And Emmanuel Quickley is getting more minutes now.
I love Emmanuel Quickley, man. I love how he plays.
I've been saying for you, free Quickley. If you could have a hashtag, what would it be? I saw it on DeZeus and Miro. And who said it? Eddie Hong said it. He said, if you could have any hashtag, what would it be? Free Quickley. I was like, yep, that's the hashtag. That is definitely the hashtag.
You know what he reminds me of? Like a Lou Williams. Crawford. Like, he got one job. I'm about to score the ball. Yeah, exactly. Crawford, Lou Williams.
Yeah, but the way he plays and the way he shoots, he looks like Jamal Crawford to me. And I mean, the kid, I know they want Obi Toppin and him to play well together, and they do, but they don't give enough minutes to Obi Toppin to be that kind of guy. Josh Hart is the guy we need to be right now. We need the Josh Hart to come off the bench and score and play fucking defense, because this team plays defense. They play defense, and they're fucking spanking teams right now. So I'm happy to see them back.
He's gotten clutch all of a
Julius
sudden
Randle.
too.
Yeah, I know. Julius Randle's always been good. It was just that second year. That second year he had the pressure and he couldn't deal with it.
Yeah.
But now he's finally learned to do it. And he doesn't have to go left as much anymore. Now you got Jalen Brunson to fucking take the ball up.
I think
So
Jalen Brunson, even though he hasn't played a lot over the last couple games, like
he hasn't played
he's
the last 2 games.
I know, but he's made this possible to me. Like I feel like him in the locker room made this a new basketball team.
I think we just needed a point guard because they put my biggest problem was they put so much pressure on RJ Barrett. We took you 3 overall. We want you to be like a mini LeBron. We want you to play point. We want you to play the 2 guard. We want you to be a small forward. We want you to play a power forward if we need you to do that. Like they put too much pressure on this kid right out the gates. And it's New York City. Let him adapt to it. And he did great last year down the stretch. He was averaging like 28 a game, like for the last like 15, 20 games or whatever. So I'm not mad with RJ Barrett, but I just think like typical Thibs, you ran this kid into the ground right away. You gave him the keys to the city and you ran him into the ground. So now you got fresh legs who doesn't play that much in Dallas as much as RJ Barrett was playing in New York. So now you've given him the keys to the city to be the point guard, true point guard at that, and he's doing well. And then you can just allow RJ to, screens, catch and shoot, do all that. And I love RJ's new role. I just love the trio. I think it's my favorite trio in the NBA right now. That's the best. It's the best, man. I'm happy
You sound
to
like
be a
a
Knicks
homer.
fan.
You sound like a homer, buddy.
I haven't sounded like a homer in forever, and I love it.
Look at
They
you
play
talking.
well together.
Look at you talking your shit about the Jets and the Knicks lately. Who are you?
Yeah.
You've changed.
The Jets not so much right
You
now.
was
The
talking big
Jets, like,
shit. I know you like them.
I was. I just like the defense, and the offense minus the quarterback. And the GM better pull the fucking trigger, bro.
You know what y'all got in New York? Y'all got a vet. Even though it's Derrick Rose and he's still a vet. He's 34. Like, I'm telling you, every good team needs to have these people.
When he goes in, he gets a standing ovation every time.
You have that guy. Like, think about it. Look at all the teams that are good. They have an old guy that's just there. They don't have to play. It don't matter. They just need to be in the locker room to calm everybody down when shit's going erratic. Like, make sure everybody's level-headed. Make sure everybody's getting to practice on time. Like, that kind of shit. Like, it's the most simple thing, but these analytic nerds have gotten so fixated on, well, what's his plus minus? He can't be on this team. He can't shoot 43s. 18. You know what I mean? Like what you be saying with the classes and shit. Like they just got to just remember like what basketball was built on. It's not just analytics. There's a lot of other shit that goes into it. So I like y'all direction.
I think what our problem is just Thibs getting too much into his own head. Like he'll want to start Evan Fournier a lot and then not give Emmanuel Quickly time. And then Emmanuel Quickly comes out and drops 38 one night. And he's like, well, I'm going to give him, 32 minutes now. Like it's you got to learn how to manage this team. Like we preach what Thibs does all the time. He runs your knees into the ground.
Hey,
you got to get away.
You're going to work.
Work with this. We don't get into our bench. And Miles McBride has been abysmal, by the way. Like he's just a good starter, but he doesn't really do that much. Doesn't really play defense. He's just a shooter. That's all he really is. And in my personal opinion, Miles McBride can start, but I would rather have Josh Hart be starting. I would rather Josh Hart start at that. So
you get that energy off the bench though with him.
I know you get 2 good energy off the bench, and then you get Obi Toppin too, and Emmanuel Quickly, and I like the second.
Yeah, that's a good shot troop right there. They come on the court and the energy stays right here. That's how you want it to be. You don't want to come on the court like, oh, I hope we don't lose his lead, or I hope they don't play. You know what I mean? Like it just helps to have energy.
The problem with Toppin is like I just need him to stop shooting threes, and I need him to like get more playing time. Like this 12 minutes a game bullshit. Like, come on, give him more minutes, man, because he gets in the game and he just doesn't really do it for me.
I'm sorry, and I don't feel like laughing, but I just got an update on my phone. Kevin Durant home debut on hold. Sun Star slips in warm-ups, rolls out with ankle soreness. This dude
Like
slipped in warm-ups and now his ankle hurt.
it's like John Wall when he slipped in the shower.
Dog, NBA players' bodies have gotten worse over the years. I've never seen so many weird injuries ever. Like everybody gets hurt doing some weird common shit. He slipped during warm-ups. Like the game's about to start and he slipped during warm-up and now he's not gonna be able to play. That's some crazy shit. And then also for you, you say you haven't watched much Sacramento play. Sacramento, New York play tomorrow on TNT, so you're gonna see a lot of Sacramento.
Ooh.
I think the game's
Cannot
in
wait.
Sacramento too, and their fans are pretty intense. They sound like they back. Like I think Oakland, they lost their Warriors, and Sacramento's close. I'm like, you know what? Let's go root for Sacramento. Y'all took our Warriors away from us.
Nobody in Northern Cali scares me.
Got my
And
Vans
they're like
on, but they look nice.
like North Cali. They're like North Cali. Ain't no,
Hey,
they
all
no
I'm
gangsters
saying,
in Sacramento.
I know, but the Bay Area, that's the Bay Area.
That's not the Bay Area. Sacramento's nowhere near the Bay
Sacramento
Area.
is right near the Bay Area. What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
Bro, I've been there. What are you talking about? Sacramento,
All right,
Oakland, Vallejo, they're all within that area.
Okay. Maybe I'm just wrong. I thought
If
Sacramento
you're from
was like
California, please correct us. But
so.
anyway, and then I know you were talking about the Sixers temporarily. I will take over that aspect because if you asked me 2 weeks ago how I felt about the Sixers, I'm like, yeah, we can't beat Boston. And I still don't think we can beat Boston because somehow they just have our number, right? But the basketball team that I've watched post All-Star game, I'm a fan. I'm like, this is the most faith I've had in that basketball team. Like, I don't know what happened out of nowhere. They just like Joel Embiid once again looks like the MVP, and once again he's probably gonna get robbed. James Harden, he's our true point guard. Like he's established himself. Like I am going to be y'all true point guard. If y'all need me to be aggressive scoring basketball, I will. But like he had a stat line the other day. I think he had like 14 points, 20 assists, 9 rebounds, and he only took like 3 shots. Like he's established his role. Like I am going to be your point guard. Tyrese Maxey, I am going to be your scorer. Like you have one quickly. I'm just here to score the basketball. I'm here to get some steals, get some assists, but I'm here to ultimately score 22. And then as much shit as I give Tobias Harris, you know, he's not bad. I wish he was better for the money he's getting paid, but he's not bad. PJ Tucker, we gave him a big contract too. He averages like 3 points a game, but his presence, you can feel it. And his defense. And how old is he? 37, 38? Veteran. Like
he got shook. He got shook last night, and the guy missed the shot still.
I know.
Still missed the shot. That's how good. That's how good, PJ. And he blamed it on his shoes. That's the best part.
It's slippery, dog. It's slippery out there.
If anybody has the right to blame anything on the shoes, it's PJ Tucker. I'll give him that. So
he knows. If he's blaming the shoes, he definitely knows what he's talking about. But yeah,
exactly.
I like how we look. I like this team. Now, can we beat Boston and Milwaukee in the playoff series? For whatever reason, even though I have Milwaukee winning the East, I think we have a better chance if we play against Milwaukee because I feel like Embiid is going to, because it's Giannis on the other side, Embiid's only going to play 20 times better. There's no big in Boston that's like making Embiid motivated. You know, that's the guards that are taking over. But we look at Milwaukee, it's Giannis versus Embiid. Embiid likes to show out for games like that. So I would like our chances against Memphis. Against Giannis and them. But I don't know. If any year is going to be our year, I think our window is right now. If we within this year or next year, if we can't win a ring, we're going to tear this shit down and start all over again and trust the process. Because, how much more stuff can we add? I mean, we added, what's his name from Charlotte, McDaniels or whatever. I like him. The team is good. It's just, there's something that's just, it's Boston, honestly. It's really just Boston that just scares me. And Miami. Because we see Miami in the playoffs, it's like Jimmy Butler's in Joel Embiid's head. I just don't get it. Like he just knows how to just psychologically mess with him. So I like the direction. I just we'll see. I don't know. But going to the West Coast, I know you've been watching Anthony Davis. And
Evan Anthony Davis.
we were both ready to write him off. He ain't right back. You think this level of play he can keep it up, and you think the Lakers can actually do something when LeBron gets back, if he comes back?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think so. I think if you get this kind of play out of Anthony Davis, we wouldn't have this problem the whole time.
Correct.
Like that's been the deal to the Lakers is you made this huge fucking signing where you basically gave away the farm, and the farm is playing well wherever the farm is now. And
Alonzo,
you gamble. Lonzo, fuck Lonzo, but
Alonzo.
but but for the most part, everybody panned out. Anthony Davis was supposed to be the best player in the NBA, and he won a championship, and it's just like new money to this guy, and he can say whatever he wants, but call a spade, man. Watch this guy play, and when he falls, I've never been like, oh my God.
My heart stops every single time. Like, oh, here it is. Like, you saw his injury he had last night when he got punched in the nose. Like, only Anthony Davis has cuts on the outside of his nose that can't stop bleeding, and blood from the inside of his nose. I'm like, bro, this man can't catch a break. Like, I think because he grew up as a point guard and it became this tall, lanky guy, I don't think he ever grew into his body, like, mentally. Like, he doesn't realize how tall and big he is because he still thinks like a point guard sometimes. Like, he doesn't wear the right shoes, and he likes to bring the ball up the court, and he likes to do point guard things before he's on the block. So I think what he did against Jaren Jackson last night and what he did against Golden State against Draymond Green, he was like, give me the ball. I'm going to bully these people down low. That is what Giannis has been doing for the last 45 years. And at one point, Anthony Davis versus Giannis, it wasn't a question. It was Anthony Davis. Now it's definitely Giannis. And there's no reason for Anthony Davis to not be in that conversation anymore because he is more skilled and talented than Giannis. Let's be honest. He just doesn't have what Giannis has deep down in his heart. He ain't got that dog yet. And I think with LeBron being out,
soul, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't know Nigerian soul, right. Bro. Hey. He's fucking selling fake watches and shit.
Hey, that Nigerian shit will come out. I mean, you saw Hakeem Olajuwon. He gave it to Shaq. Yo, Hakeem Olajuwon gave it to Shaq, dog. Like, he didn't give. Like, that's what we need to see. Like, we like AD. We know you have it in you. Just demand the ball to go to work, and it's working for him. And they're doing all this without LeBron and D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell will be coming back pretty soon. And I mean, and then you know who impresses me the most out of every basketball player in the NBA right now? Austin Reeves. He is a pure basketball player. Like, I've never seen anything like it because it's not. I mean, he be doing like little jelly under the rim. He can dunk it on you. He can shoot the three. His mid range is impeccable. He makes the right pass all the time. Like, he is a pure basketball player. Like, it's like he went to school for basketball.
He's a good leader under LeBron too, as well.
That too.
LeBron, he's a good guy to keep everybody together.
Yeah,
like I've seen him with LeBron with him under his arm, and I've seen him with like some of the younger guys. They're the kid from Michigan State, Christie. Like, I've seen him like taking him under his arm and trying to tell him shit. So I like Austin Reeves. Looks like your typical accountant pencil pusher, but boy,
he gonna bust you up on the court. Like, every time, like D'Angelo Russell, he had like an interview. Like, he was like, "Yeah, man, this Austin Reeves. He's really good. Like, I'm surprised. Like." And that's what I see. It's like, I think all these teams don't realize, white boy, whatever. Bro, he will sauce you up. So he got like a hezzy to him. He was breaking ankles. I'm like, yo, this dude studied basketball. Like, I swear, he has a college degree in basketball. That's how good he is to me. And it's like, when they lost Caruso, everybody was like, oh, wow, what the idiot, stupid. I'm taking Austin Reeves every day of the week before I see Caruso. I'm sorry. When's the last time you heard Caruso's name? I haven't heard shit from Chicago over the last couple of years. I'm taking Austin Reeves every day, personally. So all the shit we've given Rob Pelinka, somehow he got rid of Russell Westbrook. The Clippers suck now. Like, the Lakers and the Clippers are separated by 1.5 games all of a sudden since Russell Westbrook got there. The Clippers suck. They got rid of Patrick Beverly. That was another weird cloud in there. And somehow he turned that into a basketball team. I am shocked. Like, he literally deserves an award for what he was able to pull off in the trade deadline. Like, think about it. Like, they went from Russell Westbrook and all this shit they had to D'Angelo Russell. What's his name? The shooter, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt. They got Mo Bamba. Like, they got Rui Hachimura now. It's like they put together a roster overnight. I gotta get a man some credit. So all the shit they were giving you, Rob Pelinka, you did well, bro. You did well. Now you gotta do a better job with your training staff because your players can't stay healthy. That's the problem. If they don't have to deal with all these injuries that they've been dealing with all year and last year, I don't think we'd be having this conversation anyway. Their players get hurt all the time. If it's not AD, it's LeBron. It's not LeBron, it's D'Angelo Russell. It's not D'Angelo Russell, it's Austin Reeves. Like, Austin Reeves missed a lot of games. It's just everybody just be missing games. So they need to get their training staff in order. But I think if they make the playoffs, I mean, as of right now, they're 2 games behind the Warriors for 6th place. And the Warriors have a lot of road games left. Man, look, I don't believe in the Warriors this year. Like, that Draymond Green and Jordan Poole shit that happened at the beginning of the year. I mean, we saw it again last night. Draymond just walked off the court. Just walked off.
There's a switch though. There's a switch with the Warriors in the playoffs though, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a switch, but you take a Golden State or you take a Phoenix.
I'll take Golden State. Call me crazy.
You are crazy. Unless Kevin Durant's slipping up bananas and shit.
I was gonna say.
If that's the case, okay. But nah, I don't think.
I think that Warriors team can get in Kevin Durant's head. I think they can get in Kevin Durant's head.
Nah, because no, I don't think so. Kevin Durant is too pure of a basketball talent. He doesn't give a shit. He talks crap. He talks shit back to everybody else. So it's like, you want to get into a talk shit war with KD? He'll talk shit to the crowd, to your moms, to your girlfriend, to the cheerleader. He doesn't care. So
shut the hell up.
He really don't care. So I think that would actually make him even. You know how, like, back in the day, everyone was scared to make Michael Jordan angry because when he was angry, he's gonna give you 50. That's how I feel about Kevin Durant. If you anger him and antagonize him enough, he's going to go score 50.
I got a feeling Draymond can do it. If anybody, I'm sticking with the
Draymond Green is more concerned about his career after basketball now. His podcast, his TNT gig, his Lobos deal he got with LeBron. Like, he's making money off the court right now. He ain't worried about this shit no more. He got his rings. He's a Hall of Famer. He did it. He made his money. He good. KD still got in his mind, he don't got nothing to prove, but KD still got some unfinished business. He got to win a ring without Steph. That's his motivation. I got to go win a ring without Steph. Like, plain and simple. So, yeah, that's all. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. The West is not really good, honestly. Like, Denver is number 1 seed, cool, by 7.5 games, which is fancy. Like, that's crazy how great their record is. But I don't really fear Denver. Like, come on, man. Like, if the Clippers play Denver round 1, I would not be surprised the Clippers won. The Lakers would not be surprised the Lakers won. Golden State probably wins that series. Like, Dallas is probably winning that series.
I truly hope they prove us wrong on that ideal of things, though, because I really like Mike Malone, and I want to see if the Joker is getting all these MVPs. If he's getting all these MVPs, he deserves to be in the number 1 spot. This is the first time he's in the 1 seed. This is the first time he's in the 1 seed. It's been consistently there.
Nah, he was the 1 seed when he won it. Wasn't he the 1 seed like a couple years ago? I don't remember. But you think he deserves the MVP this year?
Well, the way Embiid's playing now.
Because, like, I'm hearing it's runaway. I and my problem. So I had I don't know if you saw like the JJ Redick and Kendrick Perkins
Yeah,
interaction.
I saw it. I
So
saw it yesterday.
if you go on Complex Sports, I commented on the post. It has like 17,000 likes and like 300 comments. It was a heated debate inside of that forum because obviously when Kendrick Perkins went to the race card and JJ Redick was like, why are we going there? What was your take on that situation? You think Drake? Do you think they're just giving it to him because he's white?
I don't think so. You can't. I don't think so. I think that's the dumbest thing Perk has ever done. Perk says a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
Perk says a lot of dumb shit, but Perk is the best thing happening for NBA commentating right now. I'm sorry. You need Big Perk. But that was I love Perk.
Perk, man, he's a sweetheart, but nah.
I love him, man. I just feel like it's a normal guy out there just stating whatever he wants to say, like just like you and I are. Like, he's got no. I'm pretty sure he went into like the casting of it, and he just said some funny shit like, "Dude, like this guy, we're gonna throw him on TV." And
you know why? Because he's like Charles Barkley. He does not think before he speaks. He just speaks. That's the thing. Yeah. Kendrick Perkins is good for TV because he's one of those guys in which he just gonna say whatever. He's gonna get away with it. Charles Barkley should have been canceled many of times. Charles Barkley would never get canceled because he's been given the green light to say what he wants. Oh, Charles. And Kendrick Perkins is all right there too. It's like, oh, here goes Kirk again.
I don't know. I like Perk, and just for that reason. But I think for him to play the race card in that, I thought it was very careless, especially when you have JJ Redick on there, who's obviously white and very good the way he dissects the game. And in my personal opinion, I think
JJ Redick is one of the best in the business already.
Yeah. And I didn't like that take. The way I view it is the Joker's almost averaging a triple-double. Isn't that like the hardest thing to do in the NBA? It's pretty fucking hard.
I mean, as a big man too. Like if it was a guard doing it, it's probably not as impressive because the ball's in their hand all the time. This is a big man averaging a triple-double essentially.
It's a big man. His team is first in the West. Consistently been there all year. So I feel like if there was any year that should have been, this should definitely be the year he wins it. I think last year Embiid should have got it, in my personal opinion, but they didn't. They went that route. Our biggest complaint about it is they can't get they can't get deep in the playoffs.
But neither can Philly. That's the problem.
He's boring. That's why. I don't think it's because he's white. And even at that, he's like not American white.
Yeah.
He's foreign white.
Yeah.
He's foreign white. So, what are we saying now about the NBA and the way it's transitioning? These foreigners are coming into the NBA and
dominating the league.
They're balling, and he's dominating. You're just mad because we want to see these guys win it. Like Giannis, like you and I said, Giannis should be the clear cut every fucking year. But Giannis gets hurt, or the Bucks go on a slide or something. And
Michael Jordan only has 5 MVPs. LeBron James only has 4 MVPs. Kobe only has 1. Shaq only has 1. Like the MVP does not make sense to me. Honestly, I don't. And my problem with the MVP voting is that it's the media and journalists, right? If you have an issue with a player, you're not going to vote for him. Like the reason why Shaq wasn't the unanimous MVP when he won it was because the one person just did not like Shaq. Like that is a problem. Like if that's who's voting, how can I trust that there's any validity to it? And Joel Embiid, yeah, he might rub people the wrong way, but 33.3 points a game. He's leading the league in scoring. 10 rebounds a game. He's shooting 36% from 3, 86% from the free throw line at center. Like, and the team is playing well. Like and again, I don't want to take anything. I don't want to come off as a hater to Joker. I think what Joker has been doing and is doing is absolutely impressive. Very impressive, right? But they're the number 1 seed in the West. They're only 3 games ahead of the Sixers in like actual standings. And Milwaukee has the best record in the league. And I think Boston has the second best record in the league, if I'm not mistaken. No, and Boston's number 3. But Why wouldn't Giannis? If it's the best record, it should be Giannis. If it's like I don't know what the criteria is, so I don't want to. I didn't want to go into the race thing. I don't like. No, this is not about race. It's about analytic nerds. That's the problem.
It's
That's
100%
they look at PER and this and win shares and possession usage racing. Like they pay attention to all those next level stats. But at the end of the year, who was the guy who was like, yo, when the going got tough, that was the guy all year. To me, Embiid's been that guy. Giannis has been that guy. Tatum's been that guy. Kevin Durant, when he's been on the court, has been that guy. Jokic is, I could put him in the conversation, but like, I can't say that he's been that guy to the level that Embiid has been that guy. Like, the Nuggets have the Nuggets have a really good roster. Like,
the Joker's not dropping like 40 or 50 a game. He's dropping a comfortable 20 and grabbing his boards, and then he's dishing. And I get that. But like Embiid, and they call it stat padding. I don't think he's stat padding at all. I hate that terminology when Perks. Yeah, I don't think he's doing that.
I'm sorry, a big man is not stat padding. Like
he plays European style basketball. He's bringing it up.
Exactly. He plays basketball the right way. Like Arvydas Sabonis was doing this shit 23 years ago. Big man that could just do all this shit. Like all these big men come over here and they're skilled. And Paul Gasol was skilled. Like Marc Gasol, big ass, was skilled. Then they learn how to be a back to the basket kind of player. But the skill level overseas is way different. Because in the US, we rely too heavily on our athletes, athletic skills. Over there, they worried about the technicality of everything. So that's why he plays the game the right way. And I could give him credit for that, but I'm sorry, like, I mean, again, what he's doing is impressive. Don't get me wrong. But you know how the MVP voters have voters fatigue for LeBron and for Michael Jordan? Why can't they have it for Jokic? Because they're nerds. I'm telling you, they're so fixated on all this shit that doesn't matter. But I give him his credit again. But I think Embiid for the third year in a row is going to get robbed. I think Giannis is going to get robbed. Like, we'll see how this last month goes. Plain and simple. We'll see how it goes, and then take it from there. But I definitely sided with JJ Redick on that argument because, like, and people in the comments was talking all this reckless shit. At the end of the day, one thing about JJ Redick, he's going to tell you the truth. JJ Redick is not going to sit here and then listen to all this. You trying to, how Skip Bayless be saying the most outlandish shit and Stephen A. Smith say the most outlandish shit. JJ Redick gives you right down the line. He gives you facts, and that's it. He gives you facts. He ain't lying. He gives you experience because he actually played the game. Unlike these Stephen A. Smith and Skip Baylesses, he played the game at a high level. I mean, he was one of the greatest players in Duke history, and he got 15 years in the NBA. That's not easy to do. So I'm gonna side with JJ on this one. I'm gonna leave it at that.
I'm on the same page as you. I'm on the same page as you. I'm with JJ on it too.
All right. Well, that's all I got. Shout out to my women's though. I'm gonna go listen to an album tonight. I'm gonna listen to Alicia Keys had this album that came out when I was in college. I forgot the name of the album, but I'm gonna go listen to that album tonight. No, that's her first one. Songs with A minor came out like in 2000 when I first the first time I laid eyes on Alicia Keys, she was playing the piano on Oprah. I was like, yo, who is it? Because my mom was watching Oprah. I was like, Mom, who's that? She didn't even know who she was. I've been fixated ever since.
And she got that deep, calm voice, Lord.
She can sing me to sleep. She can sing me to sleep whenever she wants.
Hey, let's not be pigs. Come on, this woman's
We're not being pigs. I said she can sing to me. I'm honoring her. I'm sorry. I'm gonna honor my wife, Alicia Keys. But that's it. Shout out to the women. I think there's no way we are who we are without y'all. So thank you for that. Anything that you want to add to the docket, Mr. A-Rod?
I'm good, man. You take the show all the time, man. You always go from all the way at the top at the very end, and I'm cool with that. Thank you, though. I'll say one quick thing. Thank you, women. You guys definitely hold us down, even though we act crazy sometimes. And the progression of sports now with women moving into ownership or into the GMs and the ownership and
Beautiful.
coaching now, it's great to see.
Beautiful.
And I'm just dying to see what when the first domino falls, when we get a female head coach in the NBA, when that finally happens, or some type of head coach that's the opposite sex in male dominant sport.
Becky Hammond
I'm
should have
dying to
been
see.
it.
Becky Hammond should have been it, but Pop didn't retire. That's why.
Yeah. You
Pop
know
would
who I want
retire
to shout
again.
out though? Dawn Staley with the South Carolina Gamecocks. What she's done with that program, she's like in Gino how do you say Gio Armenta? She's in that kind of era. Like she's like running shit right now in women's college basketball. So, and I remember watching Dawn Staley before. So like I've always been a fan of hers. She's a fantastic coach. So in honor of today, I want to give her a lot of credit. Like she's a dog for real.
All right. I got nothing else, man.
All right, man.
I'm good.
Where can they find us?
All right, plug time. You can find us on Twitter at fair_weather pod. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Search the Fair Weather Podcast. You can find us there. And where you subscribe or listen to podcasts at, you can get the audio there as well.
Any words of advice, 2K Suave? You know, let me hear some words from you, Aaron. What you got?
I'm trying to think if I got any good words for me, for everybody. It's the same that I always have. Appreciate people in your life. Tell them you love them. Be genuine. Somebody told me the other day that nice guys finish last, and I told them genuine people finish first.
Amen.
I think that's the best thing I could ever tell somebody.
Damn. Say that one more time for the people in the back.
If somebody tells you nice guys finish last, tell them genuine people finish first.
I like that.
I
was gonna leave the episode with a quote myself, but I'm gonna let you have this shine because that was good. So I like that.
No, I want the quote now.
Nah,
I want the quote.
You got it, bro. You got it. You had the quote today, bro. So I'll save mine for another time. But that was good. A-Rod, I see you. I see you. All right, y'all.